Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nirma Zatu Shakila.
My name is Nurfaziana.
So, today we want to talk about the video. The title is The Army of Autonomous Robots Restoring Nature by Tom Chi. So today, the video talk about Tom Chi explain how technology, especially autonomous robots like drones, can actually help restore the nature instead of the depending online on human. This robot can plant trees much faster and more efficiently by using data and artificial intelligence. So, what makes this talk interesting is that the connect technology with real environmental problems like deforestation and climate change. He also shares real examples, so it's not just the theory, but it's something that is already being used. So the main purpose of this talk is to create awareness about environmental issues and at the same time show that technology can be part of the solution. He wants the audience to see that innovation can help repair the damage done to nature. So now I will move on to the non eh gitu. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So now I will to move on the non the non-verbal communication. So first is eye contact. Chi use eye contact very effectively throughout his presentation. He doesn't just look at on the spot, but he looks around at different parts of the audience, which make the talk feel more engaging and interactive. It feel like he is actually talking to the audience, not just presenting information. This help build a connection and keeps the audience interested. I content also like very natural and he doesn't rely on notes, which shows that he is confident and well prepared. That is body gesture. He used his hand gesture in a natural and meaningful way. His gesture actually help explain his idea, especially when he is talking about large scale tree planting. For example, his hand movement made it easy for the audience to imagine the process. At the same time, he doesn't overuse gestures, so everything look like control and professional. So next, I give the point. I okay. Next, I pass to my partner Fazliana. Aku situ kat.
So next, moving on to appearance. What I can see, Tomchi keeps his appearance simple but proper. He wears smart casual clothing, which makes him look professional but still approachable. His appearance is not distracting, so it makes the audience can focus on his message. And at the same time, he looks neat and presentable, which creates a good first impressions. Next is volume. His voice is clear and easy to hear throughout the presentation. Even there are so many audience, his voice carries well. He also change in he also changes his tone and volume depending on the situation. When he wants to emphasize something important, his voice becomes slightly stronger. This helps to keep the audience engaged and makes the presentation more interesting. Then, in conclusion, Tomchi's presentation is very effective not only because of the content but also because how he delivers it. His use of eye contact, gestures, appearance, and voice control helps make his message clear and more engaging. From this talk, we can learn that good communication is not just about what we say, but also how we present ourselves. So, if we want to improve our presentation, we should try to maintain our eye contact, use natural gestures, speak clearly, and always look confident. That's all from us. Thank you.
Management. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sayyid Ashram bin Azmi with my friends.
Saya Muhammad Adil Rizam Rosli.
So today we will talk about three tips to make your world beautifully white. Okay, next slide, bro. Alright, thank you. So we will talk about general description first. Alright. Okay, this video is a TED talk where the speaker shares idea and personal experience to inform and inspire the audience. The presentation is well structured, meaning it has a clear beginning, middle, and ending. The speaker also used both verbal communication, which is the words, and non-verbal communication like body language to make the message more effective. Next slide, please. Please. Okay, thank you. All right. The main purpose of this speech is to educate the audience about the topic and also to raise the awareness. At the same time, the speaker wants the audience to think differently and maybe change their perspective after watching the talk. So next slide. Okay, next we will talk about body of the presentation. Okay, first, eye contact. For eye contact, the speaker maintains the consistent eye contact with the audience. This is important because it helps build a connection and shows confidence. When the speaker looks at different parts of the audience, it makes everyone feel included and more engaged. Okay, next, gesture. For gesture, the speaker uses hands, movement, and naturally. These gestures are not too much and not too little, just enough to emphasize important points. This helps the audience understand the message more and clearly and keeps the presentation interesting. Alright, next slide. Okay, I will pass to my friends, my best buddy, my life. Let's go.
Okay, so right now we are moving on to appearance. So the speaker is dressed neatly and professionally, which immediately creates a strong first impression. This kind of appearance signals a credibility, confidence, and preparation. And when the speaker looks organized and well presented, the audience is more likely to trust the message being delivered. It also shows respect towards the audience as it reflects effort and seriousness in the presentation. Besides, a professional appearance helps reduce distraction. This is because the audience will focuses more on the content instead of being distracted by inappropriate or messy clothing. And then the next one is facial expression. For facial expression, the speaker uses expression that are consistent with the message, which makes the delivery more engaging and believable. For example, when discussing serious or important points, the speaker's facial expression becomes more focused and controlled. This helps focus the importance of the message and signals to the audience that they should pay attention. Furthermore, when presenting positive or inspiring ideas, the speaker shows more enthusiasm through smiling and brighter expression. This creates a sense of connection and makes the audience feel more involved. Facial expression also helps to reinforce emotions behind the words. Instead of just hearing information, the audience can actually feel the message. Okay, next slide. Conclusion. Okay, in conclusion, the speaker demonstrates strong nonverbal communication skills such as good eye contact, effective gestures, neat appearance, and also facial expressions. As a recommendation, the speaker could improve by adding more variation in tone or using pauses for stronger emphasis. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shamil Haris, and these are my pair, Adam Haris. So today we'll be talking about the tech talk that has done by Catherine Hatch on how to raise kids who can handle hard things. Moving on to the next slide. So, on what I have perceived on the video, Catherine Hatch has talked about kids become strong and confident when they learn how to face challenges and not avoid them. Next slide. So I'll be taking this part in the introduction. So the introduction is a video of a TED Talk by Catherine Hatch that focuses on parenting and how to raise children who are strong, independent, and able to handle difficult situations. It explains that being strong does not mean avoiding problems, but learning how to face and manage a healthy way. In the talk, the speaker discusses how many parents today tend to overprotect their children by trying to remove all challenges and discomfort from their lives. However, this can stop children from developing important life skills. The speaker emphasizes that when children are always protected, they may become less confident and more afraid to try new things. Therefore, the purpose of this informative speech is to show that children need to experience some level of difficulty and failure in order to grow. By facing challenges, children can build confidence, become more resilient, and improve their problem solving skills, which are important for their future and everyday life. Moving on to the next slide. So moving on to this part, which is about nonverbal gesture of the speaker, Catherine H. So as I have perceived on the nonverbal gesture, one of it being eye contact. So the speaker maintains a good eye contact with the audience throughout the presentation. This actually helps her build a connection with the audience and makes them feel more engaged to the topic that she has talked about throughout the session. It also shows that is confident and well prepared, and she's not always looking at her notes. Other than that, it's about appearance, which is, I would say, very important. The speakers dress very neatly and professionally. This creates a good first impression and shows that she takes the presentation seriously, and proper appearance also helps the audience to trust the speaker more. On to the next slide. Okay, moving on, I'll be presenting about the volume and filler words of Catherine Hatch. So in terms of the volume of Catherine, her voice is very clear and loud enough for the audience to hear. And she adjusts her volume very well so the message is delivered effectively without being too soft or too loud. And about the filler words, she very rarely use filler words such as or and this makes her speech sound smooth, confident, and well prepared, which helps keeps the audience focused. Onto the next slide. Definition. What can we conclude about the video is that the speaker shows a good nonverbal communication skill, which makes the presentations very effective and engaging. As for recommendation, I would say we should maintain an eye contact and a simple gesture instead of doing too much, so that it wouldn't draw uh, attentions towards the crowd. And I think we should also speak clearly and confidently and avoid too many fillers words.
And that is all from us, from me, Adam Haris and Nisha Haris. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for listening.